I've been watching this YouTube channel. The name of the channel is Think Ukraine, and it's run by a wonderful woman who is the wife of a Ukrainian fighter pilot that was killed in the war. And this last video I saw, she was discussing people that are avoiding mobilization, what we call the draft, in Ukraine. And she goes around and she films all these, military age guys that are basically shopping in malls and, living their life and whatnot. And it just got me thinking, when it comes to Russians who are evading mobilization, I'm all for it, because anybody with two active brain cells and the ability to think clearly understands that one country was invaded by the other. And when you're the invaders who are invading another country simply to expand territory, why would you throw your life away? And then when you look at the way the Russian military treats its soldiers, and especially the mobilized people, absolute cannon fodder. I have nothing but sympathy and respect for the Russians who do whatever it takes to avoid being used that way, to fulfill the dreams of greatness by some fucking idiot that wants to have statues of himself all over, the new Soviet Union that he dreams about. But Ukrainians who avoid mobilization, it literally boggles my mind. Nobody wants to go to war. Nobody wants to go fucking give their life, lose arms, lose legs, become disabled. Nobody wants that. But holy shit, man, if you are not willing and motivated to defend your own country from an invading country, how do you look at yourself in the mirror? How do you look at your own reflection with any semblance of respect? I look at the comments on her video. You should go check it out. So I think it's her latest video, Think Ukraine. The comments in there are just phenomenal, some of them, oh, these people, they have a right to live their life and they shouldn't have to do this. And, so they go abroad, they flee the country, or in many cases, they're roaming around Kyiv, hoping that they don't get caught at some checkpoint. This is their very country. The existence of Ukraine depends on the ability to fight off invaders who want to destroy that country. Look what they've done to the cities in Ukraine. Just look what they've done to the civilians in that country. The atrocities. Oh, you're an American. You guys invaded everywhere. Hey, look, that's an argument. That's a fucking argument. My wife is Vietnamese, and she was 12 years old when Saigon fell, and she was living in Saigon. She's experienced it, but here's the experienced war that America brought to her country. I'm not going to fight the historical fuck-ups of America. It's just like I don't feel responsible for slavery in this country. I'm not going to assume any responsibility for anything that I wasn't a part of. That's just insanity and leftist guilt trips, that I should not speak up about this subject because, oh, well, you guys went into Iraq and you guys went into Afghanistan. I didn't fucking go anywhere. But I will tell you this, I'll be 62 years old in a couple of months. And I've got a fucking titanium plate in my neck, 6 screws. I've got a rod from my left knee to the ankle, 10 screws in the tibia, 4 in the knee. I've had over 38, 40, according to my wife, surgeries, I forget. I've got some fucking physical problems, but I'll tell you what, I'm armed to the fucking teeth, like most Americans should be. And I don't care if I was in a wheelchair. If any country invaded the soil of America, I would scratch and claw my way to the front line, wherever that was. And I would give my life without a second's thought to protect this country. If I was a fucking head in a petri dish being kept alive by a fucking 9-volt battery, I would still somehow figure out a way to vibrate my way to the front so I could spit on the fucking enemy. Where in the fuck is the sense of patriotism and pride? How do young or military-age fighting men in Ukraine who have fled their responsibility, how do they go on in life, no matter what the outcome of the war is? In many cases, it's almost worse if Ukraine is successful. What are they going to fucking... How do you live with yourself? You know, this goes for every person in every country, not just Ukraine. You know, I personally believe that this is a direct result of the feminization of men, of Western men, all over the fucking world. You know, I'm not a big fan of Putin, but I'll tell you what, when he starts shit-talking the West and Western men and all of this fucking multi-gender bullshit that the West, you know, has to suffer, and how he wants to keep it out of his country, I'm with him on that, 100%. This is how we have weakened our societies to where it's okay, and people make excuses for people that don't want to fight. Well, what about her? Somebody said, well, you look healthy, to this young lady. Why aren't you out on the front lines? This is what happens when the new age woke world starts to make itself known, and they dilute everything that is good about humanity. War is not good about humanity, but fighting for the defense of your country and your loved ones, your right to exist, see, the thing is, these people don't understand what honor is. What good is your life if you just exist? Everybody has got to die at some point. And like her husband, dying for the defense of the existence of your country and your family, what could be better than that? That's a good death. That's a lot better than lying around in some fucking hospice place dying a slow death of cancer when you haven't achieved or done anything for anybody except yourself, you know, throughout your whole miserable life. How about fucking rethinking your purpose in life and what you're willing to sacrifice for other people, and stop thinking about yourself? You know, I had my comment in that video, and I really wonder why they don't do this. Maybe they do and I don't know about it, but Ukraine should have fucking radio broadcast, television broadcast, and signs and billboards all over the fucking country where there's anonymous phone number, or phone numbers where you can anonymously report these scumbags who are so concerned about their own fucking comfort that they're letting other people get blown to shit and die and crippled so that they can walk around and go shopping at the fucking mall. What more can I say about it? It's fucking disgusting.